What's up, YouTube? This is classical and new style engines rebuilds coming at you. Um, Today is my first actual video. I did a YouTube short not long ago over my Big Block 440. That video that I shot was actually a few weeks old. Um, from those few weeks ago, I know I shot that YouTube short not long ago, but the video itself was old. My Big Block 440 was at a short block. It is no longer at a short block right now. It is as long block. It's fully painted. It's almost ready to drop in the truck I have planned for it, which I will cover in this video because I'm pretty sure you're all going to be interested in seeing that. Okay, so Big Block 440 I've got is a 1976 year model 440 RV. Came out of an RV, sat for years. It hasn't run. I know this engine hasn't run in about over, I want to say around maybe 15, 16 years. It's been sitting in it's been sitting in this garage forever. Finally got enough money around to rebuild it. That's why I made that YouTube short. I'm kind of wanting to kickstart this at the same time. If y'all could help me out with this channel, I would really appreciate it. Because I've got a lot of cool projects coming up for y'all. If y'all want to see some more content, some more cool projects, I've got a lot of cool projects coming up. I'll be doing a short on that here shortly. To show you all the projects that are going to be coming up. Some of them are really cool. Some of them, I'll be like, okay, that's an error, whatever. But I think they're pretty cool, to be honest with you. I've got some really good ones coming up. I've got some Chevys, and I've got some more Dodges coming up. I have more Chevys coming up right now, not so many on the Mopar side. I do have one Mopar that some of y'all may be interested in, and that's a Gen 3 Hemi I've got sitting in the garage right now. I'm also looking to get my hands on some really cool Mopar stuff. Right now, I'm trying to see if I can get my hands on an old school 350 Mopar big block, B block. If I can get my hands on one of those, I think that would make a cool video. What else is there? Give me a second here, guys. Oh, this 440 is kind of odd, I'm going to say, because for those of you who are really into Mopars and y'all know, and you know how most of them came out, I don't understand why, but whenever I get like Mopar engines, I always get the odd one out of the bunch. This 440, when I picked it up, it had already been rebuilt, because when I pulled the heads off, there was aftermarket head gaskets. It's been bored 40 over. But when I pulled the pan off, this thing has a steel forged crank in it, which I'm not complaining on that. That's a plus. That's a strong freaking crank, and I'm really happy. That means I can, have some really good power goals later on. It's been bored 40 over. It's got that steel forged crank. It's turned 10 under. Right now, it's just got a regular old RV cam in it at the moment. It's already broken into the engine. Cam looked brand new. This engine looked brand new on the inside when I tore it apart. So basically, all I did was put new bearings in it, new bearings, new rings, new gaskets, all that good fun stuff. Basically, just did a quick refresh on it. The cylinders looked immaculate. They looked great. Gave it a fresh paint job, and it's almost ready to go in the truck. I still have a few odds and ends to get done with it, so I'll go ahead and show you what I still need to get done. So I'm flipping my camera around now. Alright, so here it is. Yes, it has an Edelbrock on it because that's the only carburetor I have right now that will fit it. I have another carburetor, another Edelbrock that will be putting on it. It's a manual choke right now, but it's on another engine. It's on my dad's engine. He's a 383 small block stroker. So, obviously, if you guys can tell, some of those who are mechanics, I need a new cap and rotor because the rotor that's on there has seen better days. It's got, I'll show you, it's freaking, you can see right there that thing's bent to crap. So new cap and rotor, plugs, wires, water pump, oil, and filter, and I still need to get intake manifold bolts for it. I'll get that figured out. I'll get intake bolts on it, get the intake torqued down. Other than that, this engine is practically almost ready to go in. Yes, I know, I see the For those of you who are going to point out the freaking dent in the valve cover, I don't really care, because I'm going to probably end up changing that later on down the road. Right now, this was one of the cleaner valve covers I had that I wanted to get cleaned up, get this engine finally put back together. It's not going to leak, and to be honest, it doesn't really look too bad. So this will be going into my 1974 Dodge D100 stepside that's sitting outside. Currently, right now, that truck has a 318 with a 727. That's the factory engine and transmission. I'll be hanging on to those. So I will be doing a rebuild on that sometime eventually. The engine also has been rebuilt in that truck. It's been bored 30 over. I already know that. But I'm going to be giving that engine a fresh paint job and eventually putting it back in the truck. So which means this thing will eventually be coming back out. Right now, I just kind of want to have fun. Okay, so that's pretty much how the 440 is covered. It's nothing really big, nothing really too crazy, but it's there. Y'all saw the YouTube short on it. Y'all saw the Steel Forge crank. So can't wait to hear this thing run. Oh, actually did forget one thing. This thing's going to have headers on it. I've already got the header gaskets. I've got the headers. I might or might not clean up the headers because they're already used. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably clean up the main surfaces and just put them on there with them being rusty, because they're going to get rusty again anyway. The other engines that I actually have coming up, I can show you just real fast. Give you a little quick teaser before the short. I've got 2004 Gen 3 Hemi and a 1999 4.8 block. And I know y'all are eyeballing that LS in the background. That's a 5.399 block as well. That thing is already going into another vehicle my uncle has. Come on, you focus, you turd. Stop focusing on my hand. That thing is going to be going into a 2001 Chevrolet Silverado that has over 300,000 miles on it. I am getting the engine out of that truck. To me, I don't really care if it has over 300,000 miles, because those engines, they're kind of anomalies. Those things are built tough. I'm honestly kind of curious to see how that engine's going to look on the inside when I tear it apart, with it having over 300,000 miles on it. Some of y'all may be cringing at that because that's a high mileage engine. I don't really care. I'm more curious to see how it looks, because I've never torn out an engine that's that high mileage. But yeah, those are the couple of projects that are coming up. I know y'all are spying the R440 in the background as well. That's my dad's 440. I'm going to see if I can get some videos on that one as well. I don't know. He's kind of taking things slow with some things, so I don't know. Other than that, I'm going to end this short video here and go ahead and make another one around the Dodge. All right, catch y'all in a second.